Hey, what's happening everyone? Journeyman here and welcome back to the Harry Kane team. This is episode 5 and today's episode we take on Chelsea and Arsenal. So there's been a few weeks since the last episode you joined us. So let's go take a quick look at some of the results that occurred. So essentially the last game was the 1-0 win over Man City, and then we took a little bit of a dip of form. We played Man City again, this time in the League Cup. We lost 1-0. They actually played a much stronger team than I imagined, and we put in a weaker team, as you can probably see on the right hand side of your screen. So then we played Bournemouth away from home. This is 1-1. That was actually a pretty disappointing display. We could have done a lot better in this matchup. Match stats are pretty even. Honestly, a draw was a fair result in the end of it, and Harry Kane getting a goal as in the 43rd minute, Jermaine Defoe getting a late equaliser, as he does so many times in his career. So anyway, back to the matches. Here we go. All right, so after that we lost 1-0 against Shakhtar Donetsk in the Champions League, our first defeat in Europe this season, and it was a bit undeserved, to be honest with you. We actually played them off the park for the majority of the game, but Bernard popping up and getting a goal in the 22nd minute, and we just couldn't get back on equal terms from there. So next game, we got back to we lost again, this time to Everton 2-0. This was probably it for me in the basically, I went to a 4-2-3-1 formation for this one, just because I was kind of sick and tired of not having any width in the side, and I expected the wingbacks to get up and down in the formation. I had the 4-2-3-1 narrow. I expected the wingbacks up and down, but they failed to do so on a consistent basis. So I switched to a wingers in this one, and unfortunately that change didn't work out, and we actually lost this game 2-0. Goals from Michael Keane from the set piece, and Sandro getting a goal in the 49th minute gave Everton a deserved victory. But it bounced back with a 1-0 win this time against Huddersfield. The tactics started to kind of take over a little bit. We started to get some predefined roles in there, and it was a good performance overall. Son getting the only goal of the game in the 22nd minute. But for large portions of it, we actually controlled it, played the game that we wanted to play. And I actually didn't have Harry Kane for this fixture either. Lorente stepped in and did a fine job as a target man. Then we played most recently FC, how do you pronounce it? FC Viitorul of Romania. We beat them 4-1, very, very comfortable. Eric Lamela is now back and fit from injury, and he came in and got a hat-trick in his first appearance of the season. So, great performance from him, great performance in team overall. Lorente also getting on the score sheet here. And yeah, just a very, very good performance all the way around, really. So very, very pleasing stuff. And it looks like we're settling nicely into this new 4-2-3-1 wide formation. So going into today's game, up against Chelsea, and then we're up against Arsenal as well. Two very, very tough fixtures. Chelsea are second, Arsenal are first, and we are currently in 4th position. So these are very, very important games if we're to stand any chance of being at the top of the table come the end of the season. So, yeah, that's really about it, to be honest with you. We'll check out the Chelsea team in just a few moments. All right, so going into today's game, Chelsea report. Let's go check out the Chelsea report real quick. So the work rate is extremely high, passing 86% possession. I know that they already work very, very hard for their manager. Victor Moses, a good wing-back. Rudiger's a good centre-half. Courtois is an excellent goalkeeper, as we know. They've impressed going forward against the 4-4-2 formation. Let's take a look at weaknesses. 5 of the 11 goals conceded came in the first 15 minutes before halftime. Some players aren't the strongest physically, and the Hulk could do improve in that regard. Not good at jumping, so basically not a very super physical team. So we can probably take advantage of that if we get stuck in early. Morata's actually doing very well for them season. Well, very well, but pretty well. 4 goals in 11 starts for him. He's a very, very talented striker, and no doubt he's going to be a success in real life. So going into today's game, this is how we are going to line up. Loris is going to be in goal. Sergio at right back. Jan Vertonghen at centre-half alongside Alder Rielwald. Then we have Danny Rose at left-back. He's back from injury as well, so he's a welcome addition to the team. Eric Dyer is going to pass partner Moussa Dembele in midfield. Eric Lamela is going to start off on the right wing as a inside forward. Eriksen's going to play in the hole behind Harry Kane. And then Mario Götze is going to start off as a trequartista today in this lineup. I'm hoping he can try and breach some gaps and holes in the Chelsea defense, just because his form has been okay. He's got 7.2 for the season. And he's only got 3 assists, and he hasn't really threatened to score either. So I'm trying to get the most out of him. So I'm going to try him in this new role. I think he could do pretty well out there. So we'll have to see how things go in this match. And Harry Kane returned to the team after a couple of games layoff through a slight knock. So, yeah, apart from that, no real other surprises. Fellaini has kind of fallen out of favour with me. Sissoko as well. Ben Davis just got back from injury. He'll be challenging with Danny Rose for that left-back spot. And Lorente actually did really well coming in. So keep an eye on him. He might make an appearance in the second half if we need to change our style. All right, so this is how Chelsea line up. 3 at the back, 2 wing backs. Alba signed as well. That was a big money sign. I think they're big money signing for the summer. He signed for £53 million. A lot of money for a left wing back. Talented left wing back, but still, it's a lot of money for him. And then you have Danny Drinkwater and Kante through the middle with Pedro, Willian, and of course Morata leading the line. To go into the team talk, I've started to do these a bit more myself now. Now I'm getting a grasp of what the players like to hear and understand in the squad. There was a slight fall in that, however, over the playing time of Moussa Dembele. They believed that Moussa Dembele should have been playing on a regular basis, and so I gave him a chance. And honestly, he's done very well so far. So I kind of caved in to the demands of the players. Not normally my style, but I figured. To try and keep the squad happy, since I'm only here for like a season and a half, maybe 2 seasons, it's better to keep them pretty happy. So, unfortunately, we've lost Harry Kane early on here for an injury. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but we'll bring on Lorente, who was actually pretty good in Europe midweek. So, it's a kind of like-for-like change. We haven't got to change our style and approach. It just gives us a bit more physical presence up top. All right, here's Willian cutting in from the right flank, shoots, and comfortable save there for the French goalkeeper. Right, so 10 minutes in, nothing really happened apart from that one chance for Hugo. So for Willian, here's Eriksson, whips the ball in. We are very good for set pieces. We have some really good options in the box for that. Kurta gives the weight in a very, very poor place there. Here's Morata to Willian. Counter-attacking opportunity for Chelsea. This is where they're very dangerous. Puts it in. Danny Drinkwater taps it wide from the near post. So what do you guys think of Football Manager 2018 so far? Do you like all the changes they've made? Are there any particular changes you like the most? Are there any particular changes you don't like? Let me know in the comments below. I'll be interested to hear what the community thinks of the new game. Obviously, there are a lot of little subtle changes. And as far as the match engine goes, I can't say it's really that much of an improvement. Yes, I can definitely tell it's a new engine and things look a little bit cleaner. But apart from that, it's still the same kind of dodgy animations and silly mistakes from goalkeepers and players. Good save that was from Hugo Lloris there. I'm not sure if it hit the post or it was a good save, but nevertheless, that was a good opportunity for Chelsea to take the lead. Here's a chance, Williams from a free kick and puts it over the bar. He's very deadly from set-piece situations there, and we got lucky to get away with that. All right, so half-time whistle has gone. So far, it is 0-0, so that's not actually too bad. A draw at Chelsea would not be a bad result at all. We're struggling to keep possession. As you can tell, let's look at the team analysis real quick. Let's see if we can get a summary of what's happening. Who's struggling right now? So we've got a thumbs down here. Danny Rose, 0% cross completion. Jan Vertonghen, he's not doing very well at that ball-playing defender role. I might switch Alderweireld and Vertonghen around. Eriksson's playing very well, 29 passes completed and 85% pass completion. So he's pulling the strings in midfield nicely. So what we're going to do is what I mentioned. We're going to play Alderweireld as the ball-playing defender and then move Vertonghen to the defensive centre-back role. So anyway, let's go into this team talk real quick. I'm somewhat happy with the performance. Honestly, they've had a few opportunities, but no real clear-cut chances for them. Saying that, we haven't created much going forward either in response. So maybe that'll change in the second half. We'll keep things as they are. We'll keep things steady. And then if we need to make changes, I'm not afraid to do so. All right, here's Aspilicueta to Willian. Willian to Zappacosta. Here's Drinkwater back to William. Good tackle there from Danny Rose. On a yellow card, so he's got to be careful. Here's Eric Dyer to Moussa Dembele. I've got a few yellow cards actually on the field, I just noticed. Here's Lamela. He's been very quiet after that hat-trick midweek. The ball's played out to Pedro. Pedro's in an advanced position here. He's got a chance to shoot, and he puts a shot wide. Goal's never really in danger there, but a decent one from Pedro, cutting in from the left. We have to be careful of that. So obviously, Willian and Pedro, two very, very talented attacking midfielders. Ball spun away cheaply to Kante. Here's Drinkwater to Morata. Yeah, Kante. I mean, I'd love to have a player like N'Golo Kante on the team, but here's Zappacosta crosses it in. The ball is hacked clear, and somehow we get it off the touch. But that was a very close to conceding there. A little too close for my liking. And Chelsea is starting to take over the game a little bit more. Here's Morata, shot from distance. Goal was never in trouble. So things are a little bit more in favour here of Chelsea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play another midfielder just to protect the back line here and allow these guys to push forward a little bit more. We'll put Lamela on an attack inside forward. I'm going to take off Dembele and bring on Wanyama, and he can be a ball-winning midfielder on support. So, yeah, we'll go with this change here. We'll put Aurier as well to support. All right, there we go. So we'll play a little bit more defensive, perhaps a little bit more on the counter-attack, trying to hold on to this because Chelsea are starting to show their quality, getting themselves in decent advanced positions. All right, so we'll make those changes. We'll see what kind of impact that can make. Here's Drinkwater, Aspilicueta, and that's an easy save from Hugo Lloris in goal. All right, ball's hit long there. Flicked on from Lamela. Here's Christian Eriksen's found himself through on goal, and that's the first chance of the game for us, and a decent save from Courtois. But good flick on them from Lamela to Eriksen. Here's Eriksen with a corner, whips it in. Look for Eric Dyer, can't find him, and Jordi Alba is going to make the clearance to Pedro and set up a counter-attack perhaps. That's a good tackle there from Sergio Aurier. Again, I still don't know how to pronounce his name. I should probably do some research on that. It's a corner kick. Jordi Alba whips it in, and that was a great chance for them to score there. I don't know who was marking Willian at the near post, but we let him loose, and we were lucky to get away with that. All right, let's make a change. Götze has pretty much been, I'd say, ineffective on that side. So I'm going to bring on Son instead. He can play out as a winger on support. And we could even push Danny Rose for a little bit more to help provide some extra width down the left. With Son and Danny Rose, we should be able to cause Chelsea a few problems down on the right wing wall. All right, so Chelsea have kind of gone for it here. They've got 4 midfielders and 2 wide midfielders. So they've basically gone 3-4-3, pushing for this winner. And we're barely holding on. And there it is there. Victor Moses. Oh, it won't count. It is offside. The goal has been disallowed. I was saying they're pushing for it and they're going to get a chance. And I thought that was it. Here's Danny Drinkwater at the edge there. Wanyama does very well to win it back. Plays to Rose. He's going to boot this ball clear. Llorente holds the ball up well. He's actually picked up a knock as well. That's not good. Here's Pedro now through on goal. Pedro shoots and scores. Oh, unfortunately heartache for the travelling Tottenham fans today. At least I'm going to travel very far, but poor error there from Llorente. Gave the ball away cheaply, and Pedro got through on goal, and that was a comfortable finish for Pedro. All right, so tactics real quick. We might as well start throwing players forward, be honest with you. In response, yeah, they can tuck inside. Son can probably go up top, and we'll just do kind of this just for the last couple minutes of the game. Again, it's not going to be too much. It's not make too much of a difference, to be honest with you. It's too late in the game to actually do anything worthwhile. But disappointing, really, because we'd held on really well up to that point. They had a few more chances than we had, but overall, the performance really wasn't that bad. Aurier heads it forward. Christensen intercepts it. Here's Bakayoko to Moses. Moses to Drinkwater. And extra time is in fact up, and it's a full-time whistle. So a very disappointing 1-0 defeat against local rivals Chelsea. Obviously getting a late goal and conceded in the manner we did was very disappointing. Oh dear, that's not a big deal though. So we got, well, it's a big deal. But anyway, we've got Arsenal up in just a couple more days' time. So we have a chance to bounce back against our local rivals. All right, some more disappointing news. Harry Kane is going to be out now for 6 to 9 weeks with broken ribs. So, again, things just get bad to worse. And then Llorente is also going to be out injured. He's going to be out 5 to 6 days. He might be back in time for the Arsenal game, but it will be touch and go from here. And we have Giuseppe Rossi. We could throw him in a deep end. He is back to full fitness now. But nevertheless, losing Kane and Llorente all in the same game is kind of a hard blow to take. All right, so here we go in the North London derby. Obviously, losing Harry Kane was a huge blow to our plans for this season and for the upcoming weeks. Is going to be out at least 6 to 7 weeks. So, with that in mind, we'll have to have Llorente or Rossi step up to the plate in his absence. Let's check on the progress of Llorente. He should be okay to go today, despite being only 87%. What I will do, however, is I will promote Giuseppe Rossi, who I dropped to the reserves to try and get some game time. He's actually picked up a knock as well, believe it or not. So, yep, that's fine. Why not rub some more salt in the wounds? Rossi goes straight to the bench. Let's also make, I don't know, I don't think it was, our performance wasn't that bad, and I'll still get used to this new kind of formation, this asymmetric 4-2-3-1 with Eric Dyer just kind of sitting in the hole there. As you can see from the analysis, we don't have any weak areas of the field, which means it's pretty much well covered throughout. So we have the talent as well to break down the opponents and opposition. We just need to utilize it. And obviously, Mario Götze has been very, very poor. So what I'm going to do, I was going to bring on Son, and he's going to play as a winger on support out there. So, overall, that should give us pretty decent balance for the team today up against Arsenal. Obviously, we know what kind of football they like to play, so we're going to try and press them early. We're going to try and be a bit more physical in our approach in today's game. All right, so here we go up against Arsenal at Wembley in the North London derby. These are the teams. This is how they line up. Obviously, Loris in goal, Danny Rose at left back, Aria on the right with Alderweireld, Vertonghen through the middle. Dyer's going to be a holding midfielder. Dembele's got a bit more freedom in the middle. And then Lamela, Eriksen and Son with Llorente leading the line as a target man. All right, so here we are at Wembley, at home against our arch rivals, Arsenal. So it's going to be a very tough game. Arsenal are still currently top of the table, while we now dropped to 7th place. So we've got to try and start picking up results. Obviously, that loss against Chelsea is a little bit harder to take, and it looks like we have another injury to be concerned about. Eric Dyer looks like he's picked up a knock early on here. He's only at 72%, or maybe I just missed that in the tactics. No report came about him being unfit and ready to play, unable to play today. So we'll have to bring him off sooner rather than later, which would be a little bit disappointing. All right, so halftime here, and there has been not one single highlight for this game so far. Both teams are very, very evenly matched, and honestly, it's kind of anyone's game still. So let's go and give these guys a passionate team talk, and let me see, what should we pick here? We've been better than they are. Just keep doing what we're doing, we'll be fine. I'm happy performance, keep it up, go out there and give the fans the money worth. Yep, it's a local derby. Let's go and tell the boys that it's for the fans, and let's try and scrap out a victory. All right, here's the first chance of the second half. Is Lacazette to Coquelin. Coquelin to Alexander Lacazette. That's a great challenge from Alderweireld. The ball's only as far as Coquelin at the edge of the area, though. Finds Mertesacker. Unlikely player to be found in the box there, but Mertesacker's shot was well saved there by Hugo Lloris. Here's a corner kick. Ozil's going to whip this in, and Vertonghen makes a great clearance. So Llorente here. Here's maybe a counter-attack if Llorente can hold the ball. He does very well. Fernando Llorente goes by 2 players to the Dembele, who has a shot of his own, and that's an easy save for Petr Cech in goal. All right, so about 5 minutes in the second half, I'm going to bring on Victor Wanyama. I'm not happy that Eric Dyer's in the middle of the field with only 64% now on his condition. So we're going to take him off. We're going to have a bit of a break. I'm also tempted to bring off Son. He's been kind of ineffectual today, and bring on Mario Götze instead and play Götze right behind Llorente. I'm also going to have him play a bit more of an attacking role. Eriksen's going to be obviously a winger there as well. So, all right, so that'll do. Those are 2 changes. We'll make those changes, and let's see what happens. I might have to bring off Llorente as well. He's still recovering from a knock he had last week. We have Giuseppe Rossi. He could get his debut today. But again, he's another player that's carrying an injury. The injury bug is once again strong in FM18. All right, here's a highlights. Let's see what it goes to. Here's Moussa Dembele to Mario Götze, who's come onto the field. Here's Götze to Aurier. Aurier gets wide, goes by his man. That's a great cross/shot. I don't know what quite that was, but never mind. It was tipped behind from Petr Cech, and here's a corner kick. Here's a good opportunity. Eriksen's going to whip this in, or out the edge of the area to Mario Götze, who's going to tackle too easily from Martin Koscielny, and is going to make the clearance. All right, I think it's time to release the Italian stallion, Giuseppe Rossi. Despite him carrying a knock, I'm going to bring him on, and he's going to play as a trequartista. I'm a player I don't... the type of player instruction I don't use very often. Player role, I should say, I don't use very often. So it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to bed into our attacking shape and style. Of course, I could just do a traditional poacher or something, but you know what? It's his first game back from injury, so I want to give him a little bit more freedom. Here's Aaron Ramsey, and that's a great save from Loris on the rebound from Danny Welbeck. Here's Hector Bellerin, switch the ball to Alexis Sanchez. Arsenal are starting to take over the game a little bit more now. Ozil to Ramsey. Ramsey, it's a great looking ball for Bellerin. Hector Bellerin gets the byline, pulls it back. There's Danny Welbeck, and it's 1-0 to Arsenal. Oh, and we're once again down 1-0. So let's react positively. Let's go on the attack straight away, since we haven't got much time left. And this is a game that I really, really wanted to win. All right, 78 minutes on the clock, 12 minutes left to go. We're going to change things around a little bit. I haven't seen Rossi at all. I'm changing more to a poacher role. And I'm actually going to have... Yeah, let's play these two up top with Gota, and he can play as a false 9, just coming in behind the front two. Wanyama can be pushed forward a little bit, make it like a 4-2-4 formation. Let's also push Eriksen forward onto attack, and Lamela as well. We'll play Eriksen as a advanced playmaker on the left, and let's use Danny Rose's and Auria's attacking capabilities down the flank. So let's see if those changes will help any all for the last 10 minutes of the game. Here's maybe a chance. Auria to Lamela. To the anyway to Danny Rose. Danny Rose has space. He takes a shot on, and a good save there from Petr Cech. Still, maybe would have liked him to work a better opportunity than that, but decent effort from the edge of the area. Chance isn't over yet, though. Here's Lamela. He found himself in the box, cross it in, and it's an easy take from Petr Cech. All right, goal kick for Arsenal. Cech's going to boot this ball forward. Sanchez as well in the air to beat Auria. There's Ozil to Ramsey. To Kasalnik. Back to Alexis Sanchez. Gets the byline, pulls it back. Loris spills it, and Alderweireld clears the ball to touch. All right, so injury time is about over here. Looks like it's going to end up another narrow defeat against some of our big club rivals. This will be the third one of the season after losing 1-0 to Liverpool, then 1-0 to Chelsea, and it looks increasingly like it's going to be 1-0 against Arsenal. Vitonen hits it clear, and there it is. The full-time whistle has gone, and it is another defeat here against a big club. So disappointing to have lost these two games today. These were two big games. Definitely can impact the season heavily. I'm far from pleased with what I just saw. Going to try and motivate these guys to bounce back, because obviously it's going to be disappointing for them as well. And we have two more games coming up in quick succession, up against FC Vitol in the Champions League. If we win that one, we look almost certainties to qualify to the next round. And then we play Brighton a week from now. So with those results in mind, we've all slipped all the way down now to 9th place in the table. 4 wins, 2 draws, 4 defeats, and 14 points. So not really the start I would have hoped for, but lucky enough we've got all the big teams out of the way now, which means we should have an opportunity to go on a little bit of a win-in one, as long as we can focus, maybe get a tactic down, because form right now, as you can see, has been a little bit atrocious. Yeah, lots of reds, honestly, not many greens. It's not very good, is it? So, all right. I'll talk about the next episode real quick. The next episode, what we're going to do is we will do let's do the Stoke and Swansea game at the end of November. And yeah, we'll take it from there. So next episode we'll be against Stoke and Swansea. Hopefully we would have settled on a bit more of a consistent tactic and a bit more of a consistent style of play by that point, and hopefully we'll see a few results in between. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to smash a like. If you're enjoying this series so far, please also hit the like button. If you want to see more videos by me in the future, please hit subscribe, turn notifications on. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.